You and I both know there are so many options out there in the world of homeschool curriculum. But when it comes to unit studies, there's one company that stands out above the rest, and that company is the Gather Round Company. They have these beautiful, wonderful unit studies that our family just loves. And so today we're going to dive into some of those. I'm going to give you a sneak peek and share a little bit of my personal review with you. And hopefully it makes your life as a homeschool mom just a little bit easier. Before we dive in, let me introduce myself. Hey there, I'm Katie Hedrick. I'm a homeschool mom of 3, and I'm the host of the Joy at Home podcast. And I love helping moms like you homeschool the easy way. Just a little bit about Gather Round's curriculum and unit studies themselves. They can be used for all the ages and stages. It's sort of wonderful because the unit studies are meant to be gone through as a family where you're kind of all sitting around the table together and everyone is reading out of the same teacher's guide, or mom is reading out of the teacher's guide. Gather Round does actually also offer some MP3s, which is a really nice option. If you don't want to do all the reading, you can take a look at those. But then each kiddo can have their own workbook. They look like this, and they make the workbooks for the different ages and stages, and that is how most people use Gather Round. They do use it as a complete unit study where it covers all the different subjects and topics, and the kids are actually doing history and science and language arts all within that particular unit study. Traditionally speaking, that's kind of how unit studies work. I will say we take a little bit different approach, put a little twist on it, and we use Gather Round unit studies and their material primarily for science. We are eclectic homeschoolers, and so we do utilize different options, different curriculum companies for different things, but we love to use Gather Round for science. In fact, I feel like Gather Round alone has made science fun again for our family. So as we're kind of flipping through some of the teacher guides, just keep that in mind that, again, a lot of families do use it as a full unit study or more of like a full curriculum. Their kids have the workbooks, mom is using the teacher guide. Gather Round has so many different options and so many beautiful, wonderful unit studies. I'm going to show you just a few today that I've got here in my stack. This is one of the very first ones that we ever did together, Earth Science. It's so beautiful and so much fun. It has obviously wonderful information in here, but also great ideas for different things that you can do for activities, additional reading that you can do. I remember the kids and I took modeling clay and actually made this exact model, made a little replica out of the earth and the layers of the earth with modeling clay. So there are all different things that they suggest to you in here, just beautiful pictures. Look at this. I'll just kind of flip through. Absolutely great information, but also these just gorgeous, engaging pictures and extra things that you can do within each study. So here is an example of the kids' workbook that they can be going through if you want to use Gather Round as a full curriculum. It kind of walks you through, like you've got your science portion, and then you've got art in there, language arts, as you can kind of see, it's like labeled at the top there. Different things that the kids can do on the different pages. So you've got geography and math on this page, and it really does kind of cover the gamut of all the different subjects that you're going to be working through. So if you want to use Gather Round as a full curriculum, that's kind of what you're looking at. They've got these notebooks for the kids in the different ages. This one is the early elementary age. This is the Botany. We did this last year. It is so beautiful and such a fun one to go through. So what we did when we did Botany was we worked through this teacher book together. We did it, like I said, strictly for science. And then I had the kids actually do notebooking. We went out kind of Charlotte Mason style. We went out and we would do kind of some field research, I guess you could say. We live out on a farm, and so we would actually go out and study the different plants and trees and journal about those. So that's how I added a little bit to the Botany book to make it a full science curriculum. Here we have human body, and you kind of saw worksheets in the back that you can go through. This is very tastefully done. That's one thing that I love about Gather Round is it's all from a biblical worldview, and so you don't have to worry about your kids being exposed to things that you would not want them to be exposed to. This is a fun one, national parks. I went through this one with my boys. We are huge fans of the national parks. We tend to go visit at least one national park each summer, and so it was really fun for us to go through and kind of study these different national parks. And then here we have forest animals. We actually haven't done this one yet, but it looked so fun and so awesome that I went ahead and purchased it. We're going to do it sometime down the road here. This could be part of a zoology unit if you were studying zoology, or even a biology as you're studying the different animals. This one's a little bit different, careers and trades. So I told you that we use Gather Round primarily for science, but I did have my junior high age son went through this careers and trades book. I just had him read through it just to kind of expose him to different jobs and different careers and trades that are out there and are available, just to kind of pique his interest and see what he might be interested in exploring a little bit deeper. So they do have just so many options, so many wonderful things for the kids to learn about. And then I wanted to show this one to you. It's Growing Up with God. This one is more of like a health and anatomy. I had my daughter go through this at the highest level when she was a sophomore in high school, and it kind of talks about reproduction and that type of things, and spiritual development, physical development, puberty, health, and hygiene. And again, it is done so tastefully. You don't have to worry about your kids being exposed to anything that you would not want them to see. So, and I promise you that's across the board with Gather Round, is that everything is going to be really well done, just the right amount of information for your kiddos, and done from a biblical viewpoint where you can feel safe and confident that it's good stuff that's going to be put in front of your kiddos. Gather Round is just the best. I hope you loved today's review and that it helps make things just a little bit easier for you when it comes to choosing curriculum, specifically taking a look at those unit studies. Before we go, I want to let you know you can head over to teachme2homeschool.com for more homeschool help. And while you're there, you can download my free curriculum guide that talks about my top 10 picks for homeschool curriculum. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time.